Yo, it's your boy Durante Ford. I'm back again. I'm here to teach you all, or at least give some insight on how to start getting rid of your debt, like financial debt. And I'm throwing this out here at the beginning. This is all the finance stuff and the money stuff. It's all for educational purposes only. This is all for educational purpose only. Doing it for legality reasons. Don't know what happened, so I'm mentioning that. But I'm gonna give y'all the idea of what I say is how you can start getting rid of financial debt today, or well, start the process for it. And I'll do it I'll tell you all in 6 steps. So 6 steps of how to do it. First step, number 1, and how to get rid of all your financial debt or start the process or start it for getting rid of it is to, number 1, find out what all your debts are or assess your current debts. So basically what I mean by that is looking at where all you have debt at, and that can include anything from mortgage, a house, a car, credit cards, loans, anything like that. And this is extremely important because most people don't even really know this. Again, I work at a bank. Most people don't even really know all what their debts are. Of course, you may know a general idea of certain things that you had it, but sometimes there's things on your report or your credit reporting agencies are reporting that you really did not even do. So you didn't even know that there was something on your credit of a loan or some type of thing or debt that's on your credit that you didn't even really know about. Or maybe you didn't even know how well it went with being added as an authorized user or something. And you maybe are added as like a co-signer or authorized user and you let it go, and then things happen with the other person who was supposed to be paying it. A whole bunch of headaches, right? So I highly recommend, if you don't know, take a look at every single debt that's being reported. And you can do that for free if you don't know how. I mean, you can use Credit Karma. I think that's a good resource to use. It's free. You can use that. I would definitely recommend checking it out and just look at all the things that they have reporting. If something does not look right, you should be able to go through and dispute some things right then and there. But it's number 1, it's good to be able to know this. So look at all of your debts. This also includes student loans. So any kind of debt you have that is unpaid, assess it all. If you want to, you could write it down or put it in like your notes on your computer or phone and have the name of each and how much is owed. So, but nonetheless, knowing that is key. So that's number 1, looking at all your debts currently. The second step in terms of how to get rid of your debt or start getting rid of your financial debt is this is big as well. I would say calculate what your net income is. What is net income? Well, we'll start with this because there's a big difference between gross profit and net income, or gross income and net income. What's the difference? Gross is to put things simple, gross is basically what you made or what you earned. Easy way to put it is imagine like you have a job and you get paid. Like you got a paycheck for the week or bi-weekly or the month. Whatever your paycheck was, that's your gross income or your gross profit. That was what you made. Net income would be taking that check that you made and also taking out all of your other expenses like bills, groceries, car expenses, anything for your family. Whatever you have left after all those extra expenses, that would be your net income. Technically, net income will also include your debts, but generally, this is a good start. So I would highly recommend looking at your net income. The simplest way I would say do it is for the month. Do it month by month. I think that's the simplest way because it would be easier to calculate all your bills in there too. So I would just look at how much money you're bringing in amongst everything, whether it's the job, business, side hustle, whatever. Look at everything you make in a month and then take out everything like all your bills and expenses. And that will give you your net income. This is going to be key because this is going to be key in helping to basically see what position you're at so that you can start tackling all of the financial debts that you currently have, so that we can get where we're going to be debt free, right? So that's step 2. All right. So step 3 out of 6 in terms of how to start getting rid of your debt financially would be setting up a budget or a plan to be able to tackle this. So the first 2 steps are extremely key because number 1, now we know what our debts are. Number 2, we know how much money we have to play with to be able to use and put towards these debts. Number 3, now we're going to start implementing, like, okay, whatever we have left over from our net income, we're going to start using that money to start going towards the debts, which technically, once you get a debt paid off, all that does is increase your net income. So then you have more room or more flexibility to use that money for to go towards other debts and to pay those off faster. So that's number 3. You're going to start setting up like a budget or a plan for yourself. And I recommend just doing something that works for you. I feel like everybody is different. Everybody's in different situations. Everybody's unique. What works for me doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. And what works for you doesn't mean it'll necessarily work for me. So just figure out something that works for you and how you and your situation that you're comfortable with doing, and just do whatever works. I love to go by that. Just do what works. Just do what works. And once it works, just do more. Just continually do more of what works. We're not going to mess up something that's already working or will work for you, right? So that'll be the third step. Create like a budget or a plan for yourself to be able to tackle the debt with. All right. And the fourth step out of 6 in terms of how to start getting rid of your debt, like financially. The fourth step, these are 2 really cool methods, right? I'm breaking this down to 2 methods. So either choose, I would say, these are 2 really cool methods. Either you do something called the snowball method or the avalanche method. You might have already heard of both. Who knows? But I'll start with the avalanche method. What this means is, okay, so now we've already step 1, assessed our debt. Step 2, saw our net income, how much money we have to play with. Number 3, we're creating a plan to be able to take out the debt. Number 4, there's a couple ways you could do it. You can take the avalanche method, which is starting with the highest pay or the highest debt, or the debt with the highest interest rate, like the highest annual percentage rate, and just starting with just trying to get rid of that one first. So basically how it works is you start with, let's say you got, I'm just using this as a random example. Let's say your highest debt is your student loans or something. Let's just say like the highest debt is your student loans, but you also have some other ones. But you starting out. So basically what it is, it means you're basically going after the highest paying one, your student loans. And you're obviously paying on your other debts at the same time. You might be paying more of the minimum or closer to it, but you're putting a lot of extra funds toward the higher paying debt. And then basically what happens is you pay the higher debt off, and then now you can use all the money that you were putting towards that higher paying debt and putting it towards the others. And basically it all kind of compounds on each other because you go from the highest to the lowest, and it just keeps getting lower, and you're basically able to pay off the other debts faster. Now, the snowball method is the same thing as the avalanche method, but just the complete opposite. So basically what it means is instead of you starting with the highest to lowest, you're building momentum by starting with the lowest debt and going towards your highest. Either one, whichever works for you, works. It probably is easier to build momentum doing the snowball method, but yeah, like with the snowball method, with whatever your net income is left, you just start using as much as you can or whatever is comfortable towards your smallest debts, and then you get those paid off. And then once you get the small debt paid off, you use whatever extra money you were using towards that to go towards the next one, and then you keep doing that up and up and up as you tackle all your debts. So choose whichever one you would like. You can try both. Whichever works. So yeah, those are snowball method and avalanche method. I highly recommend you choose one of them and just go with it, right? So that was the 4th step. The 5th step out of 6 in terms of how to start getting rid of your debt financially is to reevaluate. What do I mean by that? Is take moments out of the year or every year to reevaluate what's working and what is not working. Basically what I mean is, if you want to, you can check on this every month. Just check on it at least like once a month and just ask yourself, okay, I did this for the past month. Is it working for me, or should I change something up? Or if it is working, how could I improve it? So always reevaluate. This could be done whatever frequency you feel like is best for you. I would say at least once per month, or once every few months, or even once every 6 months, whichever works for you, right? But just reevaluate, take time to look at what's working, what's not working, and just do more of what's working. I like keeping things simple and easy. Just do more of what's working, but just keep track of it. Keep track of how everything is going, right? So that was the 5th step. Now we're on to the 6th step. So last but not least, the final step out of getting started with getting rid of all of your debt financially is to number 6, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. You all got this. I'm right here for you. I'll try to do whatever I can to help, but just don't stop. You got this. It's going to be nice. Once you get there, just putting everybody on game. I just want everybody to be living it up. So don't stop. Anytime you need me, have any questions, just let me know. Reach out, leave a comment below. I'm here for you. All right. These are my 6 steps. Anything else, just let me know. It's your boy Durante. Again, this is educational purposes, but we out.